I specifically got dressed for this video. And yeah. Nice to have something to do that enjoys myself. And since there have not been any updates by myself in video format, for a longer period of time, I have decided to make one and upload to my local community or YouTube. Yeah, I feel like I believe it would be smart to catch up with what happened in the past few months. And yeah, mainly what that was just I quit my job in May because I had, well, it was just correct. The resistance of life was like bam in your face, and I was like, hell no. So yeah, that. And then for a month and a half, I did not work, in the sense of I was myself, but just not get paid for any specific tasks that anybody wants me to do. And yeah, that was that. Which was nice, was very pleasurable, and I want to say smart, because it's been good for me to wind down and do nothing essentially. And yeah, that was that. And in the meantime, I played with myself, with my house, with my existence, with my friends, and yeah, just being a happy existing satisfied person, body, satisfied body, yeah. I love it. I love satisfaction. I love being myself, and I'm curious what the future is gonna hold. Because indeed, I feel that something is gonna change some more. And for myself, for who I am, for how I'm gonna use my energy. And I love it. I'm curious, I'm excited, I believe it's gonna be super. Finally, goodness me, finally. And yeah, I'm very happy. Trying anything with the mind, and if I do, I notice as fast as I can. Sometimes it takes a little talk, sometimes it's instant and I can just shoot it back as I might have made obvious in the writings. But yeah, I think it's funny I believe it to be funny to talk about it in video format and see how I am. I'm having 8 gray hairs. Somewhere here. Somewhere around this area. I'm becoming gray first. Which is my left side. I love it too. And yeah, I'm trying to look out of myself and not for myself with the mind. And I've learned many things in the past, or not learned, but recognized that I've already known that was my answer for the past. I don't know. Since whenever I made the or and yeah, it just makes sense to make a video for now. And it's not about sense, but sense. Security is my sense. Which I think I often make decisions by that sense, or just now I realized that maybe my mind tried to apply this for myself, because obviously it wants me to be secure, but right now I'm realizing that maybe I don't know, they're just flying by, kind of decisions that I made feeling secure and feeling insecure. And when I wasn't aware that I was feeling insecure or recognizing insecurity of myself, and yet I would have had to, so my correctness was leading towards plus, so do it and do it, and whatever comes from it comes. But I decided to, or my mind basically said, nope, not going down that route. So I didn't. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I have watched Andrea Goodseth's videos for what was it called? In my words, it is video making anxiety, but she wrote it somehow, in her words, of course, very beautifully. And she said, in the beginning, you're gonna suck, so better start today, better start now. And yeah, I don't know, this just kind of, to me, it correlates. It's like one line of awareness being uncovered. And yeah, these days I've been feeling my knees more. Like they are strengthening in ways that they did not feel strong before. And I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I mean, I'm in my experience. So there's not more to tell now. And that's fine, of course. But I'm also, yeah, experiencing much relief, and I'm not focused or purposefully looking at relaxing, but I noticed that that is what is happening. And so that's good. If you want to call it that, because I'm PLR, which doesn't make any much sense for now, as I'm just turned 25. I turned 25! I turned 25. My personality did. The design I had my birthday on the 24th of March, which is fine too. So yeah, I'm learning how to not be focused in my eyes, and that is very pleasurable. It's really, really, really pleasurable. So yeah, and I'm trying to online market, or I tried. Well, I made a few beginnings so far, and of course my mind is trying to plan out stuff, so it's not like they're it's just watching. No, I also discovered today actually that the many online creators are very childish, and it was Chef who said that's the successful not self, and that the successful not self, because it is not self, because it is not correct. I mean, it's aligned to their trajectory, but it's not correct to the body, and therefore it's just unaware and childish, and to me not particularly pleasurable. And because of that, and I wanted to, of course, have my own little success to again be secure. I wanted to know what they originally like, right? Like I was believing that they were authentic, which they are authentic to their not self, which is very different and very childish. I call it childish. That doesn't mean it's really childish. It's yeah, it's just not self. And in that sense, I have, or my mind has been trying to. I did execute the tasks. The body did. I did for a long time scroll the internet, try to find realness and authenticity. And what I found was never it. And so the latest discovery has come out of being a group member in a Discord channel, which is only for creators in a specific community. And they, to read the way they were talking with each other. It was so babyish, so unaware, so not self. Oh, and I mean, no shade to them. It's just their trajectory, just their way. And I love if it works for them, right? I mean, God bless your heart. Or bless your heart if you're not believing in God. But the truth is, my truth is, I'm very relaxed since I have discovered that there is literally nothing to be done, no trick, no. I mean, I'm liberated, right? I'm sincerely. I can just be me. There is no particular anything that one has to have. There is no, because they just attract. Their childishness just attracts other people's childishness. So if I am real, if I am authentic, who knows what I'm gonna attract? Or if I'm gonna attract. I mean, that's the first barrier to also take into account. But I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be in despair because because the internet is still the internet. Social media has rules, and I don't care to learn about them more than I need. More than is correct, and I'm just gonna keep on going. And within the keep on going, I'm just gonna be me. Not that I'm really walking, but imaginary, evolutionary steps. Evolutionary steps. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it. And yeah, I'm so relaxed. I'm good. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm developing, and I've turned 25 by my personality too. And it's awesome. Like I've for a long time starting the experiment, I have not been this optimistic for a long time before starting the experiment. I have not been this optimistic for this long period of time, because right now I don't know, I'm optimistic since I quit, before I quit my job already. And sometimes it's swaying a little bit. It's I don't know. It's good. It's a development. It's a little less some days, other days it's very much. Or what I can comprehend now is very much. Who knows what I'm gonna be in time. But yeah, I really do love myself, which is nice because some other developments that I have been watching. The dog just woofed. That, for instance, so as I'm developing, as I'm making my decisions correctly and being optimistic about them, like really feeling the optimism in my body, in my aura, in my I have nothing else to describe it as presence. um, it's also that my environment is changing, and it's like my sibling, my mother have started deconditioning, whether they know it or not. My father did too, pretty much the very first year when I moved in here, which I'm living here for 3 years now. I think so. Somewhere around there. And yes, it's awesome. I'm awesome. my my man is awesome. My aura is awesome. And my awareness is awesome too. It's growing. It's developing. I don't know. I'm curious how good I'm gonna feel about myself when, or not, maybe not. Who knows? But when I'm at my Saturn return, I know. I don't know yet, but it's exciting. My mind's of course curious. It's not like my body cares. But oh, we're here. Two Beatles. Yeah, I'm good. I'm pretty damn alright. And I think that's important to know. Once you are changing, your environment is gonna change with you. Whether you believe it now or not. I don't have to go look for it, but you're gonna encounter it. I did. You're not gonna have to go outside and go, I'm gonna change this person. Nope. Be yourself. The rest will change with you. Or not. Then they might leave, which is also a change. So, which is okay. I mean, who cares? You are you. You got yourself. The rest doesn't really matter. And that's okay. And I feel like I should have. No, I mean, I feel like I should have put on the eyeliner and stuff because I look so black. Because I'm all dressed black. Ta-da! Um, and I have uncovered for myself that in the past, what has been blocking me in the past, what I wasn't aware of. And once you're aware, it just stops being your blockage anyway, because you're aware of it. And yeah, and I have learned that I have been, for some reason, I think my parents' cognition is through nosing stuff out, through it's just their cognition to smell, and it's not mine. My cognition is touch, and my environmental cognition is feeling, which is, I don't know which one of them. I think feeling is about smell on the opposite or not. Either feeling, no, either smell is first or second. In the first or second tripartedness of cognition. basically what I've been doing, what I've noticed that I've been doing in the past. I have been going around sniffing on food instead of touching it, sniffing in the air, reeking the environment, which I should have just listened or not laid my focus on. But basically what I did, I focused on smelling stuff instead of just letting it be felt in my body. That makes sense. Frequencies, feeling, touch on the body. I believe this makes no sense because I can't really describe it. But those who experiment will encounter it anyways, if it's correct. And they probably will have a better wording for themselves. But I remember my father smelling on some food before he ate it, or he did not eat it in the end. And my mama actually, I think, does, yeah, often when she dissociates out of a conversation, she is breathing in through her mouth, and when she's not, she's all manifest or aura, very big stone in the middle of the road, which is nice to see. I like that. I generally very much appreciate when people are themselves, and I notice it more to happen as they are more around me, and others just, they I don't want to say introvert because that's an unfair doing, but it's like they are, so their mind is processing something when you are, or confronted with something when you are there, and they just decide it's something so negative to them, and they are introverting this negative feeling, and it's like what is a Schlagbohrer? Pressure drill, a hammer. I don't know. Somewhere there. German word Schlagbohrer. It's like they are drilling inside themselves with that negative feeling, penetrating their decision making into a not self place, their mind decision making, and it's like they are just fed up with themselves and they are shooting it all out, and there's no clarity there anymore. And that's something that I've recognized also with my past boss, where I quit. So, yeah, I don't know. Which is, I mean, my mind is projecting stuff, right? Because the new boss that I have worked with for a day and 2 hours yet, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just beginner nervousness. Maybe. Nah, I'm to me, he is insecure. He is doubting on my capacity. He was, within a day, already so often proven wrong. And I'm just sad for him. Essentially, I don't have to be sad, but it's you know, my mind's caring is also something that is very insecure. That is not good for me, which has to stop. It's not it has to stop, but it has to redirect itself towards the right application of my energy. And I think that is something that I'm doing as of now. um, yeah, which is like money. Being being self-aware does not do anything for you, but when you are aware of who you are, as in you are living every day and you're doing this instead of that, and you do check-ins with yourself, um, whichever way that looks like. um, it's the way it is for me. I notice that I apply energy in areas that do not serve me, that aren't really me, because it's just conditioning. And for me, I have been thinking about this in the back of my, or just processing it the past few days without actually being aware of it. That I noticed, I heard it, but it's not like a conscious. It's not like it wasn't cognized correctly yet. So I'm doing it now, speaking it out for myself, making it clear. And the thing that there was an idea that of the past, not an idea, but actually something that happened, was that I used to give people money, not in the sense of WWF or homeless people, but people in my network that um, that kind of stepped on the tear pump, when when you're feeling sorry for someone, and it's like you're kind of, yeah, just sorry for somebody and unhappy with them, and you can help them, and you give them money. That's what I did, and I never, and then I was very disempowered by how I was treated whenever I had a great money idea, like Bitcoin back when it cost a cent or something, or a euro maybe. I don't know, because it never happened. But I knew when I heard Bitcoin is the new thing, it's the newest stuff that people are like, whoa, about. I was 7 or 12, somewhere between 7 and 14, most likely 12. I don't know. I forget because I don't know. It's just a sad memory. But it's the truth. Whenever something like this happened and it spoke up, it was like, no, 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 no. We can't afford. It's not gonna work. They are chasing the coin now. Which, okay, that's their trajectory. Good for them. Now, to me, that was disempowering. First belief. I don't know. I cannot dare to trust my instincts, my correctness. But then also, around the same-ish time, there was this, there, and I don't think it was particularly a trend because it still exists very much. But back then maybe it came into the German realm, which is called Filofax, which is file of facts. It's a little booklet, and I'm gonna bring it now because to me that is so much fun and so very exciting. And it's a hobby. It's a hobby planner. And I got myself this little booklet with some infill, which I have already processed. I mean, this was my doing. It's got a lineal for today, and it's basically a very nice, beautifully decorated planner. Here I have some empty files, and it came yesterday. And then here, and just decorated stuff. Here I already made some pages, and I remember swiftly buying washi tape for because I found it last year somewhere in the, I don't know, August maybe, or June or July. I'm gonna bring something too. And the story is, I just wanted it. I didn't know why. I really didn't. I didn't really grasp what it was for because I was that young. But I did get that you can just play around and do your stuff the way you like and organize yourself or not, or just have a calendar and write in what happened that day. And I'm so glad I redid this to myself because it's so relaxing. I mean, I would cry because I'm emotional right now. I remember the feelings of rejection when I really knew this was correct and Mama, I need this. No, we don't have any money for it. No, because just another trend that you want, or anything really, right? Like, I remember back then it was really just a no. Now it's, oh my God. I remember this feeling of, this is it. I can't make it without it. I can't be receptive and respected. And so I can do whatever until I can, until I'm aware, till I know of myself. So it's gonna be a long route. And I remember this feeling that it's gonna be a long, horrible route to uncover myself. I remember feeling this feeling back then when I was this child, and all I ever wanted, what was correct, right? Because I got a lot of stuff back then. Oh, this is broken. It's a very symbol for my. You have all this stuff, and nothing really is for you. Nobody asked you. You never were allowed to respond and be respected for your response. Awful. Mind is awful. Mind decisions are even more awful. And if you pretend your decision making is smarter than anybody else's, then you've already lost the fucking game. I'm sorry. didn't mean to asshole finger you. It was part of the emotion. Sorry. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. And I really wanna put you here because I'm kind of feeling, or my mind is just thinking, she's wrong! Oh, look! Look down at you. Indeed. Indeed. One more? Yes. Oh. To look down at me, actually. So yeah, again, I was really disheartened, and I learned that because of this disheartenedness, that I'm gonna make some very bad decisions, and but it's not bad particularly because it's in the end just my trajectory, and I'm still here, so that's good. But it was also the moment that I knew I had to deal with a lot of unawareness, not only of myself but within my environment, and that I actually was dealing with all this unawareness. And the fact that my mother always had to save money and that there was never space to actually nourish individual correctness, and that my father was never supporting of individuality and always just angry and never really honest about his individuality, whether with her or with anybody else. I mean, with his friends, he was always this individual great guy, but to his wife and family, he always was sort of a hidden mask. He has a completely wet ego, open ego, and open G. And so, yeah, that was it. That was his story. He was never honest and always overwhelmed with the definedness of the other parts of the family. So he went angry and bad and, or whatever. It's not about that, but I'm saying that all these things accumulated to my trajectories decisions, to having taken drugs, having been unsatisfied and disheartened, and specifically unaware of the disrespect I have been encountering on in my environment, because I always strive to be just happy, to, but I didn't know that all this had stuff to do with each other, or specifically that this one decision, which if I would have done it earlier, because I had money when I was 16, because I was working already, or 15, but instead of making my decision and following through on it, as I had my own money, I was stressed, taking drugs, having the wrong friends. And I love myself now, but I'm just experiencing this feeling of, because of you, because of me, because of all this, I'm fucked for a very long time. And back then I already was mobbed, bullied. I already was experiencing this sadness, this hope, this disappointment. Essentially, and this painting the devil on the wall, this mind trying to creepily trying to control my security, trying to make me feel secure, which is dumb. I mean, it's not dumb. It's just what happened, and it's what happens with many people. I mean, I encounter these people every day now until I am able to be self-employed and successful from this self-employment, and not have to work selling something, listen to these people. And that's also something I encountered yesterday, night, or 2 days ago maybe, that basically every person, mind, or every client, or somebody you sell something to, they all want to hear about themselves. And now I'm PLR, TRR, which is what did Ra call it? I forget. In my words, the variable for communing. He said it's something like, if you have all these variables, you have to have one variable that can work with anybody, that can commune with anybody. I'm already mixing my words, and I have forgotten what he said it, or how he said it. But I remember being super touched by this. I listened to it more than once. And I'm so good, you know. It's the only way how I'm gonna make money, because I have all these social skills, and once people play pretend or not play pretend, or just mindfully decide their bullshit on me, and specifically more have their impression of me, have their projection of me, they are getting something out of this connection, or not connection, just this aura communication, when encountering me. And because I have all these social skills, because I'm aware of all of this, and I've always felt so bad. I remember that too. Today I'm so emotional. I remember these feelings of, but that was so obvious, right? This sentence, that was so obvious to me. They did not get that, which is something I wrote about already. But can you please, oh my god, Um, I'm collecting Ceramis here because I have plants. I have been repotting them here, somewhere around, and yeah, I mean, all these things were always so obvious to me, and people always were like, oh, "What the freak? How does she know to tell me that? Or why does she? You know?" It's always that. And because these people have this projection of the conversation with me, doesn't mean that they get what I get. And that's why and that's also why when Ra said something like, nothing's for free, that's why I'm pretty secure at the moment to move forward with this awareness, with this knowledge of myself, because I've already, I mean, now I'm in in a traffic where I sell cigarettes and newspapers and such and such. And I don't know. I'm so good, you know. I'm so optimistic towards the future, towards my next nows and my now and my letting go of the past, and specifically more being fearless, actually really deeply unfocused and still secure. Because that's also something I learned when I was an apprentice, right? That I have to be focused on only this. And only this was always the thing that sunk the ship. And I can tell you, my boss hated me for it. And not particularly because I was dumb or something, but because I got trained to do that. And they hated their projection field of me, and I at some point just realized that I'm always, whenever they are saying something negative or positive, I always had a physical response, mostly towards the opposite of what they said. Because they were so fixed in their rails, in their ways, in their mindful conditioning, and the way they have made decisions in their life. It's always been that. It's never been just okay to be, and it's always been either something special or something super bad. And that's just not me. I mean, I can't. I have an undefined G and an open ego. I don't have a fixed way. And that's okay. Now that I know. It's actually, I can behave as if I mean, I can treat myself in aura with somebody else like it is okay. Because it is. I mean, it absolutely is okay. I love myself. And yeah, that's awesome. That's just amazing. And I'm so optimistic since I unfocus and dare to stay unfocused. Because it takes a whole, I don't want to say particularly courage, but it takes balls to unfocus yourself, to really be pleasurable or pressurized to be pleased by your own authenticity. By your own authentic. What did I just think? By your own authenticality. Making up words here. But it's true. It's really just the way you are is fine. And yeah, I'm curious, optimistically curious for the future. I've said that more than enough now. Something else. Yeah, I also think that I should lie down. No, it's not a think, it's like this is so good, I'm so good, you know? I don't have to say anything. I'm just me and it's good. It's so good. People always have their ways of mindfully reacting or think, responding, whatever you want to call it. They always have their outlines, and once you break through them, there's a little space of no man's land. And that's pretty cool, because no man's land holds possibilities for anything and everything. And I need to wash my hands now, so I'm gonna take you with me. And oops. Yeah, it's good. It's feeling satisfied is good. It's pleasurable. I'm alright. And I'm continuing to be alright. And I'm making decisions. I'm readjusting towards being myself and being alright on this correct trajectory. And I don't know if you can see. I don't think you can on me. But right now there is rainbows in my kitchen. No, you can't. Of course you can't. So I'm going to show you. Because you are watching. And I'm too. Ta-da! Coming from here. The sun plus my Prisma birthday present. So yeah. I'm good. I hope you are too. And I'm excited to move forward, or to just more and more really exist, because I have no purpose. I mean, I literally have no purpose other than being alive as long as I am. And I now have to go to pee, so I'm gonna hang up. Bye!